Hello, everyone. What's up? Good to see you all here. Chen is here. If you don't know me yet, I want to ask you just to get an idea. I'm going to ask you a few questions just to get an idea. Who from you were in AWA? This was a good conference, right? Just to get an idea who was at the speech, if you've been there. If not, I'm going to do a quick overview of what we do here at SHINEZ. I'm going to try to simplest it as possible. So basically what we do is making revenue and profit from promoting viral content. So 3 years ago we started and we opened what we call the content distribution platform. So from one side, we generate a lot of content. We have content creators, in-house and freelance that do a lot of content, viral content. We have our own domains, around 30 domains that we put this content on, and then we monetize it by selling traffic to different SSPs. So 10 years ago, you could do it with just putting AdSense on some native widget, and now you really have to have some technology. So we use the header bidding and sell it in real time to different SSPs. We get paid only by CPM, so we don't need anyone to click or convert or something like that. And then we promote and distribute this content on pretty much any traffic source. So Facebook is a big source, but then all the native, Snapchat, Twitter is looking good. Some people that have their own push are doing it, and it's nice. But we do prefer high quality traffic sources where the user have engagement. Hope that makes sense. All right, so I see most of you didn't been in AWA. You should definitely go. It's a great conference and a good way to end the year. I'm going to ask another question just to get an idea which traffic source we want to focus on. And yeah, I see most of the guys here are doing Facebook and more Facebook. To those of you who wrote others, will be good if you can write in the chat what traffic source you run, just for me to get an idea, and I will talk about it as well. So you can just, either there is a Q&A section or a chat section. Feel free to write any Q&A. Tara, what's up, mate? So push notification, cool. In push and in Facebook, fantastic. All right, so I'm gonna try to go over everything. Yeah, so let's say this webinar will be Q&A. It will be your side to ask question, whatever you want. You have the Q&A section. It will be really helpful, and I can answer all the question over there. And my last question for today, again, just for me to get a better understanding who's here, is, are you using SHINEZ already, or you just started, or not yet? So I will go from one part to another, and just to get a better understanding. So yeah, I see a lot of you didn't use it yet, and a lot of you just started, and only some running already. Okay, cool. I will try to go over the basics. So you be able to see my desktop. Fantastic. So what we build is actually a platform which can be very familiar to affiliates, because what we try to do is kind of an offer wall for affiliates and influencers. So instead of going to an ad network or an affiliate network or to Amazon and choose products, on our case, you can choose articles. So in this partner portal, it's actually our offer wall, We are uploading article every single day. I don't know, you can click on an article. That's a very cool one. It's called F Singer, and it's in English, so that's meaning EN. And the article headline is, "These are the best female singers at all time. Rank, do you agree?" It's already looking good and getting a lot of viral activity. People are debating it. You can see the article, you can get the article name or widget ID that I'm going to explain in a bit. You can click and see how it looks actually on our site. OMG is one of our domain, but you might promote other domains as well. So you can see, you can start working and get creative ideas. If I'm looking about SIA, so for example, if I think I can make a good creative from SIA, I will go search for other picture of SIA, search for other things that I don't know, I might know about SIA and work on a creative. But in this case, literally, you can split test any of those singers, right? In order to create your own link, I'm just going over basic stuff, and we're going to jump to more advanced stuff pretty soon. Everything that I'm explaining is in the blog, and you can go over it in the blog over here. But if I want to promote this article and say it's really cool, I can just go to the URL creator and just fill the stuff. So my prefix is something that you got on your setup. It's 2 letters. The site that you're going to promote, you have it as well. It's 3 letters. Country code is pretty much basic affiliate stuff. So US for US, CA for Canada, FR for FR. Device, what you're going to target. Traffic source, Facebook, Outbrain, etc., etc. If it's other, you should get it from me. For example, push will be peanut. It needs to be whitelist on our site. So if you're gonna run something that we don't whitelist, you won't be able to make money. Article name of ID or ID, so that's the article name or that's the article ID. I can take any of those and put it here, and I got a tracking link. I can use the free text part to differentiate, I don't know, different version of creative. If I use Facebook, it's good to do something like that. So that's at one, version 1, and then separate it. But anyway, that's your part in order to recognize the creative or the campaigns you do. Additional parameters, it's mostly related to native or other platform. You can run Medium, you can run and see publishers, so you run Medium. Again, if you do it, we're going to explain you exactly how to do it. And then the last and list is a Facebook pixel. We actually give you the option to put on your own pixel and then start collecting data to your own pixel on top of our own pixel that we share with you. For the long run, it will be more healthy for everyone if you're going to use your own pixel, but we're going to get there. Then I can take this tracking link and just run it, in this case, on push notification. If I want to do it on Facebook, so I'm just doing it Facebook, and I'm getting the right link for it. So that's basically the idea. You can go, you can choose an article, you can create your tracking link, and you can start promote it, and we take care of the rest, the monetization and everything. I will start answering question on the way. Mike Kenna asked, for Facebook traffic, is worldwide still the best ROI and easiest to get started? I wouldn't say that's the best. US is really good, but then it really depends on what countries you're gonna get in your worldwide campaign. We usually test, because the article on the basic level is in English, we will test worldwide English speaking or other speaking geos, except US. Just to give you an idea, for worldwide traffic, you can literally buy on some geos. If you get a lot of Philippine or something like that, you can buy in half a cent and sometimes do a cent or cent and a half from that traffic. It's really depend what traffic you're gonna get from Facebook. Hope that answer. And guys, yeah, I need you to write the question that I will know where to go next, except the basic stuff. Waiting for your question. In the meantime, in the blog, you can see the dashboard overview. So that will be the tracking dashboard that we built for this purpose. And there are different parameters that you're gonna see. So in this case, if I use this link, what I'm gonna see in the tracking dashboard is this part, right? The UTM campaign. I'm gonna see information and all the data per UTM campaign. You're gonna see, so the ad name will be the UTM campaign. You're gonna see the delivery status, if it's on Facebook or other API, if it's active or paused. You can see the revenue, you can see the spend, we pull it by API, the profit, the ROI, so ROAS, EPC, earning per clicks, and CPC, of course. Session will be the clicks that got into our system. CTR, we're gonna pull it from Facebook. Discrepancy, I'm gonna delay on that for a sec. So basically discrepancies between the clicks that we have on the traffic source to the session that got into SHINEZ. Why there is discrepancy? Because there is always discrepancy on the World Wide Web. So for example, someone click on an ad on Facebook and he's lost his internet, or close the browser too fast or something like that. So it's not really, we didn't really get the click, right? So people fall on the way, let's say up to 10 or 15%, that's pretty normal for it to happen. And so that will be the discrepancy. And again, between 10 to 15%, that's pretty normal. It is important to say that clicks and cost from Facebook is getting faster than the session and revenue. So during the day, if you look on today, the discrepancy might be higher, but you can estimate how much revenue or how many more sessions you should get, and then play with that. The best way to look on a side note, the best way to look on today result is by hour. And then you can see every hour when it's closed. Mike Keenan for the question. For Facebook, is it the type of campaign engagement, the proper targeting, or can you do traffic? The best campaign is actually conversion campaign. So once again, we share with you a pixel, and you will be able to use the pixel to build different pixel goals. You can decide if you want us to fire when a user generate a certain EPC or read a certain pages or something like that. And then Facebook will optimize to those, to this conversion goal. So traffic campaign now in Q4 can work pretty well, but the most recommended one will be conversion campaign, so not engagement. Gabriel, how much budget do you recommend to be sure enough to find the right campaign to scale? So that's, yeah, I would say I wouldn't spend more than, it's depend on geo, but let's say if I'm targeting worldwide, there is no reason to spend more than $10. If I'm targeting US, I might give it $20. With that said, if my CPC is not in the right direction after 200 to 300 clicks, I'm just gonna pause it and relaunch, or try another creative. So what we wanna do, I'm giving you some benchmark, but again, you can write me in private or your account manager Leon, and we can give you like benchmarks. So for example, I know that in US desktop, if you're gonna buy up to 10, 12 cents, we will be able to generate more, right? But for, I don't know, Spanish countries in Central America, you need to buy up to 1 or 2 cents, or worldwide you need to buy up to 1 cent. For Germany, it can be up to 4 cents, etc., etc. So we can give you like the benchmark per mobile, per desktop to aim to. And then on your creative testing, you want to see it, like you want to see the CPC go down to those areas pretty fast. So again, 200 clicks, if it's not showing a positive trend or, constantly decrease to those numbers, you just pause it and test another creative. There is no reason, and I'm going to say it loud and clear, there is no reason to lose a lot of money, right? Every click is being monetized. If you're going to spend $10, you're probably going to make 5, 6, 7 out of it, right? You don't need to wait for a conversion or something like that. So once again, if it's not there, it's not there, and we just test it. It is a numbers game. 1 second, sure. Vitaly wrote on the chat, let me go over it. Vitaly, explain registration process. Once your account is approved, you should send us back your ad account information, where you want to run. Once we have it, we will be able to plug it and set you up with an account. The process is pretty easy. It might delay for 2-3 days from the day you send the account details, but 2-3 days, I think it's legit. Guys, how you keep safe in terms of copyrights, advertising, photos of singers? It is not totally fine as per what I know. Guys, thank you for worrying. We buy everything. So we have accounts on Shutterstock and Imgur or whatever. And we buy all the photos. If you want to know, just one photo can cost like €5. We have our own content writers and editors that check it all the time, that all the content is original. So all the content that we write is original, wrote by us, and we buy all the photos in order to prevent any policy issues. On your side, on the creative side, if you're going to use something very uncompliant or, a photo with watermark or copyright or something that we think is paparazzi and you cannot use, we will raise a flag and we'll ask you to pause it. So we have a very strong compliance process, and we check ads that go in live promoting our site every single day. On the other side, on our side and on the articles, everything is compliant. Vitaly. Who shall be connected in order to whitelist push sources, and what needed from affiliate to do it? It's not like that. Like if you run push, you just need to write in the URL creator in this part, other and pnot. With that said, a small thing about push, if you don't have your own push notification or kind of direct push notification, will be pretty hard because all the push traffic sources like propeller ads, rich push, etc., that's not quality traffic, and the users, got way too many push till now, and they don't really want to read the push. And a big percentage of those is bot traffic. That's the harsh truth. We can test it. You can send, but you can see pretty fast if it's bot traffic or not quality traffic, and we're gonna raise the flag. Christian, for native, clicks are quite a bit higher than Facebook. You mean CPCs, right? 30, 40 minimum. Can they still make much as with Facebook? So I think you're talking about performance campaign. For viral content campaigns, the numbers are a bit different. Also in Facebook, you can buy in 1, 2 cent or 5 cent for US mobile. And I'm going to show you a few examples in a sec. And on native, it's really depend which native. Is Tabula, Outbrain, Gemini, we have content ad. All the rates there are different, and it's very different between each geo. So it's a very wide and general question. If you want to be like, you can ask me specific on different traffic sources, and if I have the information, I will definitely share it. Yeah. Guys, don't be shy. I need your Q&A. I answered Gabriel as well, right? Yeah. Okay. Let me try to show you. And then maybe you can ask me a question on the way. So what I'm showing you now is few campaigns that run. So this is a campaign that start. Oh, true. That's a good question. Have Facebook accounts been banned from promoting viral content? Yes. Facebook accounts being banned for promoting anything, right? In the past 2-3 months, I think it's even more intense. From our experience, the only reason for getting banned is not because of the viral content, is more because of the ad copy or aggressive creative or something like that. And it's also very different from one ad account to another. So some Facebook accounts are not getting banned at all. Some people getting more common. It's really depend on how you do it. There is different way to promote it on Facebook. Sometimes you can put a whole paragraph, so it won't count as clickbaity, or very gentle text and work on an image. You need to work and understand the guidelines and how the Facebook algo works. It's very complicated, but there is things that we will see and we're going to tell you, all right, you're going to get banned for it for sure. And there is things that are legit and randomly can get banned. With that said, 96.5 of the ad accounts are actually coming back after appealing. So it does feel like it's an algo thingy and some words trigger the algo, but when it's going to manual review and people check what you promote, that's clean. So it's white as it can be, I guess. Hope that's answered you. Mike, Facebook likes to label ads as low quality if they are too clickbaity, right? Do you have any tips to keep them happy when submitting? So once again, you can try to focus and use only like the whole paragraph from the article. Let's try to tell you what I mean. In this case, if I want to promote this, I can literally take a whole paragraph like that, touch it a bit, put it, and then work on optimizing the creative and the ads itself. If you get marked as low quality, I would definitely start doing some split testing in terms of, not split testing, but just testing on, removing a certain word. And again, we do have a lot of knowledge, so feel free to send us example. But sometimes just removing one word from the headlines can remove the low quality part. On the other side, there are some ads that run with low quality and still are really profitable. But again, for the long run, you don't want to have those. Jan, what's the best CPC and CPM to look for in Facebook for mobile and desktop traffic? All right, so to those. So we're going to see a few examples. This one is an example for mobile traffic that's running for a while. And I'm going to show you some results. So in this case, this guy managed to buy, and once again, it's not the first campaign. He probably tested a lot until he found this one. And of course, I'm showing you some of the top ads. So in this case, he managed to buy in 4.2 cent CPC, pretty stable for a while, generated around 13 for mobile. It's been running from the beginning of almost 13 of December. That's not bad. So that's how it's working for mobile. Definitely want to buy in around 5-6 cents. That's US mobile, right? Regarding CPM, ideally you want to buy in $10 and down and below. It can work with $20 CPM as well. Sometimes it really depends. So of course, something like you can be pretty sure if you're gonna buy in $10 and below that it will be good. With that said, sometimes the CTR is good on Facebook, and then the PPS, which is the pages people read, is good. Over 10 PPS is pretty good. And then only your CPC is too high. So it means that the creative is good because the CTR is good. The PPS is good, so the creative is not misleading, right? Sometimes the CTR is too high, but the creative is misleading, but then people bounce. So it's not the case. But just the CPM you get on Facebook is too high. You just need to test different audience. You need to test different accounts, different business manager, different fan page, different domains. It can be with exactly the same creative, right? So CPC for US mobile can be around 5 cents, and CPM should be 10 and down, hopefully. CPC for US desktop should be around 10 to 15. Let me try to show you a desktop example. Vitaly, I'm going to answer your next question in a bit. So this one, yeah, look at this one. This is a campaign for the trend for a while. Again, on desktop, on Facebook. It started really slow and then managed to scale. So you can see that on desktop, they managed to buy in around 10, 14, 13. It's changing, right? But then bringing the right audience and changing the budgets, they managed to generate like astonishing 25 cent EPC. It is important to say that we are in Q4, so the numbers are really, really impressive. In January, we look different, both on the buying side, the CPC can be lower on Q1 and the EPC will be lower, but margin can stay around the same numbers. Let me jump to Vitaly question. Thanks for answering. So the reason you want to test push is because I can get lower CPC prices. If it's not worth it, then it's always a possibility to move then to other sources. Once again, if you manage to buy push in push for US in 5 cents and less, I think you can be profitable. But then a lot of the push sources sell push for US in 10 cents, and then 50 or 40% is bot traffic. And then some of the users really got, like, people push them too much on the push, so they don't really like to read the stories. Anyway, once again, we are open to try any traffic except like very shitty one. You can send 200, 300 clicks, 1,000 clicks. We can give you pretty solid feedback if it's good one or not. So Vitaly, let's give it a try. And yeah, I'm just giving you heads up that some of the places of the push are selling really shitty one. Gabriel, I tested 10 campaigns, but none of them gave me positive result. Is it normal to do so many tests to find the right creative? 10 campaigns, that's one creative per campaign, or what? Or where? It's dynamic ads? I'm missing some information over there, but 10 campaigns doesn't sound like too much. And again, if your CPM is too high or your CPC is too high, so maybe the creative is not good enough, which, it's the first time you're running those kinds of campaign. You need to get better understanding of what creative works. But again, if your CPM is too high, as I mentioned before, there's different fan page, domain, account, try to move. It can be, I don't know what the history of the account or whatever. But yeah, 10 campaigns, I don't think it's enough. And yeah, cool. So in this case, we have, check. Yeah, that's a desktop campaign, really impressive numbers, not a huge volume, but it's stable for a while. You see the CTR, you can see the CPC. So for US desktop, that's the CPC you want to see. Now, if you're going to buy in this CPC for US desktop, I will be able to give you few ways in order to increase your EPC. It's usually by targeting different custom conversion in different audiences. But those are really, like, feel free to screenshot this part, because those are the benchmark you want to see if you're testing US desktop. So around 10, 12, 13 cent CPC, PPS, you want to do it 10 and up. That's the IPP, you cannot control it. It's the how many ads we show per page. That's the RPM, so that's pretty solid RPM. That's really quality traffic. $2.50 RPM, think that we, on every 1,000 impression, we get $2.50 for one ad. So just to blow your mind, $2.50, if we duplicated multiply it with the number of IPP, we are making $17 or $18 for one page per 1,000 impression. But in average, user do 12 pages. So that's like astonishing of, I don't know, $250 on CPM to 1,000 impression. Overall, divided by 1,000, giving you the EPC, right? Hope that makes sense. I do like it does show when we explain it on other places as well. So again, if it's not completely clear how the parameters are working, let us know and we will explain it in private. It is important for me to show you this specific dashboard. So this is the scaling breakdown. You can go over it in the dashboard. And it's a very interesting dashboard. You can see yesterday, this today, not almost, by hour. Let me refresh this specific, see if we got more hours. Yeah. So let's say I have a good campaign, it's looking okay yesterday. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go into this dashboard and I'm gonna check few parameters. One of them will be the RPM. So here it started a bit morning. I wouldn't go and increase the budget yet because yesterday on those hours it was higher, but again, I do expect it to raise like yesterday. I'm gonna wait for one more hour and then I might raise the budget. Another place I wanna see, it's actually those two parameters. So CPC on platform will be the CPC from Facebook. You can see it in Facebook as well. But definitely I will want to see that my CPC is stable. And the CPR. CPR is the cost per result. That's pretty much in Facebook, it's the real-time place. You can understand if you're making revenue or not. So if you're still getting pixel fire, that means that the user you bring are good and we're making any kind of revenue out of them. So if the CPC in Facebook is stable and the CPR, the cost per result is stable, and the RPM, it's not happening in this case, it's similar or higher to yesterday, I would raise the budget. Let's try to find another, sorry. Yeah. So yeah, here is a bit another one for desktop. Pretty solid buying, even less than 10 cents. CPC making around 17.20 today. And that's not bad. Once again, you can see the benchmark. So in this case, the CTR is around 15. That's definitely a solid benchmark to look at. PPS is even higher, like 15, 16. But RPM, so the quality of the user is a bit lower, but that's still okay because the PPS is covering it. So we can look in here. Yeah, again, the RPM today is even lower. Oh, because it's Monday. Yeah, maybe it's not the best day to show you a case study, but Monday is obviously is lower than the weekend. RPM is lower. You know, advertiser budgets are lower. So yeah, today is not a good example for scaling. I would give today like, you know, a rest and then see tomorrow what's going on. So once again, I'm going to check the CPC on platform, the CPR. If it's working, I would scale. So that's what I want to see. Of course, the first part will be finding this good CPC. So I'm giving you the benchmark for every geo. Yeah. Bob, what's up, man? Bob the Graph, right? Cool. Why do you not scale directly, for example, $1,000 a day if it ad runs with a good ROAS? Why not? I think that's pretty high scaling, right? From $8 to 200 to 1,000, that's not bad. So yeah, you can definitely do it. Specifically on Facebook, you want to give it like on the first raise, on the first budget raise, I want to give it sometimes to see if it's stabilized, because suddenly you open it to a very large audience. Facebook need to do some work in order to find the good audience for you. So the CPC might increase for a few hours or a day. But if I see, me personally, some people do it differently. If I see it's, you know, everything is stable again, for example, the CPC raised and come back down after a few hours like yesterday, yeah, why not push it to 10K, 5K? You can, but once again, you need to look on the RPM by hour, CPC on Facebook, and cost per result on Facebook. When those three parameters are in place, you can feel free to push the budget up. Hope that makes sense. Let's try to show another example. So yeah, that's directly to you, Bob. So this guy started at 8, Ross was high, boom, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 in 3 days. That's not bad. So when something is working, it's working. But once again, without being, you see, when you increase the budget, the CPC might rise as well. So you need to have enough margin. But once again, if the CPC is not in place and you don't have around 140, 50% ROAS, you're not increasing budget. Because you know when you're going to increase budget, the CPC will raise and that will kill your margin. So the first part is to work a lot of bringing this low CPC. Once we have those, we are able to do few stuff in order to scale and improve your EPC. Okay. Yeah, and for the creatives, we are limited to use only the image in the article, so they are freedom to use we have with the text. Not completely. You don't have to use only the images from the articles unless it's a gallery article. For example, if I'm telling you those are the most I don't know, beautiful historical photos, and you're gonna use a creative that show me a photo historical photo, but the photo is not in the article, that will be misleading because people will click on the banner because they want to see the photo. They're going to go and they won't see the photo. That's not cool. But for example, in the article that I show you, these are the best female singers. So no, you don't have to use this image to promote. It's enough to use, I don't know even who she is, but it's enough to use Sia picture from different article. It does have to be compliant in terms of, not using paparazzi or something with watermark or naked in Sia. But no problem to use different pictures that are free use and they sit by the policy. So once again, Jan, I'm just gonna try to explain. If it's an article about someone and you find this person pictures that is legit to use, you can use those. But if it's in a gallery article where, I don't know, the best photos from Burning Man and you promote it with the photos from Burning Man that's not there, that's a bit that's misleading. With that said, if it's a good picture, we can definitely add it to the article and you can use it. Yeah, if it works. So you can do like small tests with creatives that are not in the article. If it works, you pause it, you ask us to add it, and then we add it and you can resume it. According to your experience, did you observe that text matters more than image? Any tips to creating good creative? Well, I don't think that text matters more than the image. To be honest, I lean to say that the image even make more, it's more important, but that's not completely right. So I do recommend to use dynamic ads on Facebook. It's really helped to find the right combination between text and image. But yeah, you will need to test all the combination. You never know which combination will give you really good results. So yeah, hope that's politically correct answer. Hope that makes sense. Yeah. Cool. What else, guys? More question? Let me see if I have another example for you. Yeah, this was already something that we've seen. Yeah. So here, that's pretty good example. So the CPC yesterday, Sunday was higher than today, but still today it's really high as well. EPC, because of that, is a bit lower, but still ROS is pretty stable and is still at margin. CPC on platform is stable, CPR is stable. I will feel comfortable to increase the budget in this case. Cool, guys. So we have 1 more minute. I think we went over everything. You have over in the portal a lot of information. I'm asking you to read it and go over all the guides. We have a YouTube channel. I'm planning to update more and more and do like small guides that will help you go over and small case studies, something like we did now. And we are completely here for you. So talk to us, send us question. Maybe the time zone is different, so things will be a bit slow, but we have a lot of knowledge to share with you and teach you how to do. Yep, I think that's it. Hope you find it. Hope you found it helpful, and we will be in touch. Thanks for your time. Cheers.